All right, welcome back, sim racing fans, to Wanted to Go Studios coverage of the CNC Truck Series for Area iRacing. I'm Harold Darno, the executive producer. I'm joined tonight by Ken Kushwa, Mr. Sasquatch himself, the lead voice of Wanted to Go Studios, and our awesome pit reporter, Dylan Young. Guys, we're in the middle of the Midwest, in the cornfields of Kansas. How you guys doing tonight?
I was going to say Kansas, where the corn is high and you can't find the children once they get stuck out there. So it's a good night. Looks like we're going to have a great time on the track. And I got Mr. Dylan in the pocket going down there and getting some deep stuff. Dylan, what's going on?
Well, I mean, we are in Kansas, and I don't see no tornadoes anywhere, man. But the only thing that's going to be spinning is those tires, man, especially how it's going to be going on by. Oh, boy, it's going to be a good show.
I could not agree more. Harold, why don't you tell us a wee bit about this here track?
All right. So, Kansas, they say it's a perfect day for racing here at Kansas Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas. This brand new state-of-the-art facility was brought to NASCAR and brought them to the heartland. Although the tri-oval track design is not unique to Kansas, the slight difference in the baking makes this track truly different. And Ken, that's the first thing you noticed was 20 degrees in the corners.
Yeah, I swore this track was flatter than I remember it, but clearly it's not. 20 degrees is a lot. I mean, we saw, 23 this past weekend, and that's impressive. So, if you look at it from above right here in the blimp cam, it does not look like 20 degrees of banking, but clearly it is. So I'm not going to argue.
That's right. So, yeah, basically a lot of stuff going on tonight, though. Drivers are going to try to all get up there to the front. I think tires are going to be a big thing here, and those guys that we've seen traditionally that have no issues with saving and conserving them stuff are going to probably do the best tonight.
Yeah. So who does that typically land to? Well, Garrett Grant's good at running. Let's see who else. Eric Wineland loves to save his stuff until the very end, and then he shows up. So I like tracks like that, Harold, but I'm anxious to really see who's going to play that out the best tonight.
All right, we'll keep an eye on these guys as we're working practice here.
We're talking about practice.
Ain't nothing about race. We're talking about practice here.
Practice.
All
Not
right.
a race. Not a race.
Having some issues with my graphics, so you guys can go ahead and talk this up a little bit. So
I can. I just hit my knee. A big boo-boo. Big boo-boo. Oh, my gosh. Well, anyways, okay. So Harold found me some Mellow Yellow, so I'm about to crack that open. All right. Mr. Young, Dylan, tonight you're going to be down there getting the skinny on the drivers and the things that are going on. What are you looking forward to tonight as far as the race goes?
Well, definitely this will be a pit strategy, hands down. So fuel conservation will probably be used towards the end. The tires will definitely be used all together as well. So definitely keep an eye on some strategy along the way with these drivers, what they're going to do. And I guarantee if we definitely get that long green flag run, I guarantee you'll definitely see more than groups coming on down pit road. You're going to see more than the intriguing factors of, group pitting coming on down. You'll see definitely different strategies along the way. I think you'll probably see some gutsy calls, maybe gas only along the way. You never know. I mean, it's possible. That's what these fuel strategy races are about, and Kansas is none other like that too. So it's gonna be interesting to see what's in store.
Yeah, I don't know how far they can run on tires. I'm showing here fuel's about 40 to 45 laps.
Yep.
So if that's the case, they could probably, as you said, do fuel only stops. And yes, Jacob, I'll be okay. My boo-boo is going to be fine. But thank you very much for checking in and being concerned about it, my friend. The captain of the industry wanted to make sure my boo-boo was okay. It's okay. I want to see guys try to pull that off, as Dylan just said. Maybe they only do 2 tires. And Harold, you might be able to speak to this better if you're done.
yep, yeah, we're good now.
Okay, tires here. What are we expecting out of them versus fuel?
Well, we were talking yesterday a little bit to race winner Jake Nichols, because I think Hunter was talking to Jake Bell earlier, and they were talking about the tire falling off and actually going flat. And so I asked Jake if it was anything like the NASCAR 2003 series where the tire would detonate, like you saw on the front of the number 5 car at Dover this week. You know, the front right as we slid down the front stretch. But in NASCAR 2003, that would happen, and Nichols was like, no, well, that won't happen. It'll get awful soft where it has no grip, and the driver will go right up into the wall because he won't be able to corner at all. So we might be able to see somebody like that tonight.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, it's just one of those things where I wanted to, you know, as he said, it could be a two-tire strategy. That would actually be...
That'd be gutsy, I think.
That would be very gutsy, I think, knowing these guys, and especially some of these guys that are, as we talked about before, really good at playing the strategy role. And there are some guys in here that are excellent at what they do. So it's one of those things that I like to watch strategy play out. I don't like it when it goes 95,000 green flag laps and there isn't a caution to break it up. And the reason I say that is because then you have a tendency to spread everybody out, and the consistency of those stops and everything gets a little crazy. Joe Darnell, racing owner of Jim Coe with Darnell Racing, won't be here tonight. PC issues for the 24. Sorry that Coe could not join us. We certainly miss anytime a driver's not here with us. We do miss it. We'll notice that they're not there, and we'll probably make some kind of comment. But thanks for giving us that, Joe. And then, you know, the rest of the things are just how long do they go? How many? Now we've had guys that have actually we always say, well, there's 40 to 45 laps of gas. Someone always finds a way to push it farther than that. Do we have someone that pulls that off tonight? So there's how many laps we got, Harold? 120 laps. So they can break it down into 3 stops if they just do fuel only runs, right?
Yeah, if they go, they can definitely break it up into 3s. But then you also got to look at that they only have 3 sets of tires in their pit stalls. So
Right.
if they put it in 3rds, like you said, 40, 80, and the finish, they'll have 1 set left over, which I think that's what they'll probably do. But you know, somebody's going to try to get it at 60 laps.
No doubt. Yeah, somebody's going to try to push it farther than anybody else. And again, that you got to expect it. There's got to be 1 or 2 that are just going to do something that no one else is going to think of. And I think this is the kind of track. It is it is one of those. Is this considered a cookie cutter as far as it goes with the 1.5?
It would be in
a way.
Yeah, I think that you would call Kansas a cookie cutter track. This, Chicagoland, Charlotte. But they're doing things to the cookie cutters to get them where they're not the same. Like you said, here it's the high bank track. Texas, they flattened the 1 and 2.
Right.
So I mean, everybody's trying to do something to separate themselves from the rest of the guys. Even though that was a very popular 1.5 system on the D Oval. I just want to talk about here, guys. If you're trying to increase your Stream Elements points so you can use them in the store, you can check what there is available at the store with ! store, and it'll take you a link to go to our store where there's some things that you can get swag with your channel points. You can look at ! Points, and it'll tell you how many points you have and where you are on the leaderboard, and you can do ! Leaderboard and see the entire leaderboard and see who's where. So tonight's bet is, as Cushy's already put his bets. Oh, he's checking his points.
I'm just checking. I just want to see what I got.
We're going into qualifying. It's basically tonight's contest is what team will win tonight's CNC Logging Truck Series. You can bet on Peak, Transcendent, Darnell, Elwood, JBR, DWR, Elite, and non-team. So you could pick any of the teams or non-team for the racers who are not on a team. You can bet between 5 and 100. So you would put bet, ! Bet, the name of the team, and then the amount that you want to bet in channel points. Simple as that. All right. So I think I'm going to do my bet now. So I'll do bet, and Elite Entertainment 175. So,
Ooh, you're gonna one up me, huh? All right.
would you go
Oh,
with Elite
boy.
2? I didn't even look that far down.
Well, I didn't space it, so it probably didn't work right. Do I have to put spaces between it?
Yes, you do. You had to
Well,
do.
son of a three-legged dog.
So,
I'll do it again.
Yep. All right, so we have qualify going on right now. We haven't got anybody got a lap in just yet. But hey, Ken, while you're doing that, maybe you can talk about our special, our special meetup, I guess, at the Monster.
Well, where would you like me to start? I mean, we actually I kind of met a lot of people because I'm an idiot and I'll just go up and talk to anybody. But we got to be with Chris Buescher this weekend. We were invited by the 17 team to be down in the garage, in the pits. The coolest thing I think I took away from this was Sunday. You know, you sit there and you watch TV and you see all the crew members and all these people lined up on pit lane to listen to the
National Anthem.
national anthem, and then do the prayer, and then all of a sudden do the flyover. And I'm literally thinking to myself, I'm freaking standing in the 17 pits
Yeah, we were there between.
with the team right behind me and JGR's 19 in front of me.
Yeah, we were wedged between Truax and Buescher. So if you did see the FS1, they did show Buescher's pit stall. The three idiots that were not in flame suits were us.
That was us. That was pretty cool. Then we were allowed to go out, talk to Buescher one more time, get our picture taken before he climbed in. We got to hold the one to go coin, the Sasquatch Award. He actually has one in his car. He put it in there when we gave it to him when he was doing practice and pit road. And we also gave it to the Jackman, who had his on Sunday as well. So really cool. Actually got the best part, I think, for both Harold and myself was on Sunday. We had a chance to get back there and kind of talk to him before he went out and you know, got his suit on and everything. We actually interviewed him. We actually had a chance to talk to him and ask some questions, and we'll work on that content. Things like that. But listen, if you ever want to be a fan of somebody, I really became a fan of Chris Buescher this weekend. Down to earth, wonderful man. He's approachable. Unlike some other people I will not mention who I used to root for that I may not be rooting for any longer.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Oh boy.
Turned you off, did he? Because he was kind of a sourpuss.
He was a big old D-bag. And it was his birthday weekend, and he was still a big D-bag. So
Big shout out down who just betted 100 points. Check it out, Ken, and you can bring that up. Good segue.
Hey, there is our boy.
go.
Well, speaking of the Muffin Man, we got to meet Ed. We met Ed on Saturday. He joined us at Dover, right out in front of Miles. He found us. We have some pictures with Ed as well. Dude, it was an absolute awesome time to meet you. I really appreciate you coming out, and it meant a lot to Harold and I, believe me. We like to know that it makes a difference in someone else when they do that. And when you show up like that, shake our hands, get your picture and all, and be the very first area driver to get a physical coin. Yeah, that was awesome. That made our weekend, so thanks so much for that.
And he, just so everybody knows, before he says it, he did beat me by a couple hundredths on the General Tire iRacing ARCA Series Dover Hot Lap Challenge. So
He did. I'm glad you brought that up because Ed's a nice guy. I'm betting he probably wasn't going to mention it right away. He was going to wait for you. So, by the way, Ryan Hartz is still continuing to be the man.
yeah, you kidding there? He's taking up.
Currently,
That's JBR. So if you think that Ryan Hartz is going to win, that's Jacob Bell Racing.
well, Ryan Hartz won
I believe
Bristol.
that's right. Hold on, let me make sure I say that correctly.
He's JBR.
Is he? Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. The boss he's under the boss's wing.
Yeah.
But he won the Dirt Bristol. He ran extremely well at Dover. At the line, had the close finish for second and third at the line. Ended up third. And now he's top of the board right now, as of right now. But there's other guys that have not run yet.
Yep.
But and one of them being the 67. So, if he holds on to it, awesome. Because that's great. Eric Wineland just slapped down a little bit of a speed lap, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Adam Capscode out there, the owner of Elite Entertainment.
Another owner, yes, a boss man.
So
The man who talks.
some of the things though I think we found out this, and I didn't mention it because you didn't. I didn't hear anything about Clint Boyer there. Or were you gonna wait on?
Well,
that
I was going to get to that. I mean, I didn't want to throw everything all at once. Poor Dylan's probably sitting there going, "Good Lord, what did he not?
What did
did
we
he
not
talk
do?
to
yet?
everybody,
Yeah,
gosh."
he came close. I think you were trying.
And Dylan, you would be right. I did talk to literally everybody.
Really?
So I wanted Clint Boyer. The one person that I wanted to meet more than anybody else was not a driver. It was
Not
a
a current
former driver.
Yeah.
It was a former driver. I wanted to meet Clint Boyer. He's down on pit lane, and he's getting ready to do his broadcast with Larry Mack standing there, and
pit lane,
on pit lane, and I can't remember the other bald guy's name, but he was there too. Anyways, so Clint's kind of hanging around and yelling at some people and laughing and stuff like that, and I'm like, Clint, come here. And he walks right over, biggest grin on his face, and I'm like, dude, I broadcast too. I broadcast iRacing. I do 2 calls a week. I said, I really want you to have our Sasquatch Award. I said, we put it in Busher's hand, and he won the poll, and he like, that's awesome. Get out of here. And I'm like, yeah, man. So this is a Sasquatch Award, much like the Goody's Headache Powder. He goes, I remember that award. I'm like, yeah, you probably won a few of them. And he looks at it and he goes, this is freaking cool. And he goes, wait a minute, it's a bottle opener? I'm like, yes, sir. If you're going to be down and out, you better have a bottle with it. He goes, I was just thinking I need one of them. And sure enough, I got a picture next to Clint Boyer, him holding the coin, not me, him actually holding the coin up with a big smile on his face. And we'll put that out there as well. But excellent stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard he's a very good guy all around.
Oh,
so
he's
I
great.
mean, I'm not
I've met
really
him a few
surprised to hear that.
By the way, Michael Waltrip is a big old giant D-bagus.
Anyway,
I
I
want to say this because I know Michael Waltrip. He's actually like, what, 6'6", I think? 6'5"?
he's a big guy.
No, he's not. He's as tall as I am. He's 6'5".
Yeah, he's about the same size as I am because I'm 6'6".
Cameron around on.
Oh, dang.
So yeah, but
Yeah, but he's
shot the
bulky.
outside
He's
ball hard.
bulky,
He's a
Dylan.
bulky guy.
I'll say that he is like
Right.
he's man size. Man, I don't know how else to say it. He looks like a Neanderthal.
Well, you got to remember, people like Michael Waltrip, Tony Stewart, I'd say Mike Harmon, not Ken Schrader. I was gonna say Ken, but no. There are probably like a couple others. You sometimes question how in the world can they fit in that car,
Cole
man? There ain't no
Custer.
way. Then Custer, and then you watch and you're like,
He was
oh, man.
big.
and the big.
No,
and they-
no. You want to know something? Watching Mike Harmon get in the car was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I seen that in Daytona for Xfinity in 2020. That was crazy. Like the first time I've ever seen the dude, I have never seen such a big guy going into any car, period, and just whoop right in. And I'm thinking, man, you have to convince me. They put oil, butter, WD-40, or anything to get that dude in. There ain't no way a person of that size can get in there with no problem whatsoever. I can't believe you. There's
So-
no way.
If you did watch the FS1 coverage of the race on Monday, there
Yep.
was twice that I heard in the broadcast, and Hunter said there was more than that you hear metallic clinking of what we believe was that coin falling out of Mr. Clint's hand. I know what it sounds like because I usually play with one in my hands while I'm broadcasting. So
My assumption is he's trying to open a beer during the broadcast.
Hey, sometimes you gotta have a little entertainment when you're watching some stuff. I don't
Heck
blame you.
yeah.
all
Heck
right,
yeah.
so we're done with qualifying, and
Hearts.
we will get to the grid here.
I'm a little surprised that Cameron Hearn did not.
He hit the wall.
I know.
Yeah,
So he
I know.
wasn't able to get out there. So, all right, guys, here you go.
All right, well, let's just start it off inside row number 1. And on the pole, the hot one, number 3, Ryan Hartz. Eric Wineland on the outside in the 21. Are we doing, you know what, I'll do this page. You got the next one, Dylan. Row number 2 is Martin in the 11, Cody Moore in the 52. Inside of row 3, Corcoran, and outside the Alaskan Assassin, Anna Sogok. Inside of row 4, our flag man, yours and everyone loves him, the number 28, Travis Beckner, and then Horn on the outside in 1. 2 of the best beards on the grid, Shane Wolf on the inside in the 31, and Swervin' Irvin in the 9.
Starting the inside of row 6, we have the 18 of Ware and the 17 of Willems going to start on the outside. In row number 7 on the inside, we got the 90 of Collier, and on the outside is the 14 of Hawkins. In row number 8, we got Cochran in the 4, and in the 5 of Grant starting the outside of him. In row number 9, we have Litzenberger in the 12, and on the outside, we have the 41 of Maffett. In row number 10, we have the 56 of Roderick and the 66 of Tinch.
There you go. All right. Row number 11, Tyler Hallman in the 42, and the boss, the captain, Jacob Bell, the 77 on the outside. Row number 12, let's try 12, is Will Witt, and then on the outside, the boss, Adam Capps. Ryan Swan on the inside of row 13, Brad Slaughter starting in the 81 way back. Row 14, Colin Fambro there in the 54, and Mr. Mullins on the outside in the 37. The best hair of the group, you have Mr. Hartman, Logan Hartman there in the 51, and DeLong on the outside in the 43.
Starting in row 16 on the inside, we have the 67 of Hearn, and on the outside, the 48 of Volmer. And on the row 17, the inside, we have the 10 of Christensen, and on the outside of row 17, the 15 of Neiman. And then in row 18, we have the 23 of Steimer and the 20 of Buds. And starting dead last, the 97 of Kanata. Going to be interesting to see if he's going to go from the rear, do something. And there's your full lineup.
Fine job there, Mr. Dillon. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, it should be fun on this one.
All right, Harold.
I have no idea what the heck is going on, because there's no reason that should be doing this.
Somebody drank Haterade.
A little more than the Haterade.
There it goes. All right. As I chew on my caramel chew.
All right, I think it helped out a little bit there. And we're getting ready to get going, guys. Any projections before we go? We got the weather provided by LottieStriverWorld.com. Banquet 180, partly cloudy skies, 79 in the air, 116 to hot track, 35 in the humidity, and 12 miles per hour. So here we go.
Here we go. Green flag getting ready to drop. The man's about to wave like his arm's going to fall off, and there we go. Brian Hart's with a huge jump from the line. And when you're out in front like that, it's pretty easy, ain't it? Coming out.
That's right, JT Motormouth. It was the broadcast. It wasn't just Travis. I was trying to show everybody what it looks like for Travis. That's all.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. So, all right, Ryan Hart's, Jordan Martin, Eric Wineland there in the 21, Cody Moore, all of them up front. Sean Corcoran coming in there to play as well. Some different names up front, Harold, at the beginning. That we're not usually typically seeing some of these guys this early on. Eric usually typically runs a more strategity when it comes to fuel and tires.
Right.
But Garrett Grant's also up there in the 5 as well, in the 15th spot. So interesting to see. One guy we haven't talked about in a while, but he's climbing now. He's in the 12th. Vern Hawkins has not been a factor like he was at the end of last year. If you remember, last year he was hot at the end, coming on strong. Just ran really, really well. And this year has not got the same kind of oomph. Wonder what's going on with that.
Not sure. Hey, he was up for a couple races, but now he's in the 11th spot. But you got the Cameron Hearn sitting all the way in the back because he didn't get a qualifying lap in. Unusual for Cameron to have issues, but he spun out during qualifying. But now Shane Wolf, the fastest car on the racetrack.
Yeah, I think some of those guys, despite the things that they had, like Brad Slaughter, he's sitting in 19th currently. Those are the guys that, even though they start where they start, Dylan talked about it, the strategy is going to come into play. Do they do the gas? Do they do tire? How are they going to do it? And that may play out as well. So, wide track.
We talked about a lot of other things. We did forget to get to something, so let's do it while these guys are kind of spread out. We got our points picture here as a playoff. Cameron Herndon is locked in. Shane Wolf, Giglio, and Hartz. Then you got Slaughter, top of the charts without a win. Then Irvin, Hallman, Fambro, Grant, Horn, and Anna Sogok and Bell above the cut line. And then Cochran below Ware, Lissenberger, Nick Trader, which is unusual for him to be down there. Pierce Moffitt, Will Witt, AJ Roderick, and Hunter Collier. And our teams right now, 397 for Elite. Then you got DWR in 360, Elwood at 358, Transit at 311, and Darnell 307, JBR and Peak Racing. So we'll go over that a little bit later. Just want to make sure we got to that before we went too far into this thing, as we're on lap number 6. And the guys are kind of trying to spread out, look about what they're getting away with. On the Cup side, it was a single lane track high. It looks like the trucks, because they can get around this place full flat footed, that they got a lot more grooves to deal with.
Well, I just said a moment ago, very wide track. 3 wide is comfortable. 4 wide, you can still even pull that off. But 3 wide is extremely comfortable. Plenty of space between the trucks to do what they have to do. And since you said, if they can hammer down, then guess what? They're going to do it and have all the room and the space that they need to do that. So.
They were saying that Travis has got internet now, so we will see him start to get up closer, because he's able to race now instead of having to be careful about where he places his car.
Well, tell him to get the watermelons moving to the front then. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Well, you know what that means if he's got internet. Watch out. He's going to be racing then.
Yeah, won't be being told by race control to give up positions, that's for sure. We got a race here for the lead with Eric Wineland. That's our in-race guy.
Yeah.
Right here in the nose of his truck. We'll show there is Mr. Wineland.
Smooth as always, just staring at his screen, and I appreciate him allowing us to come into his world, so to speak. It's always good to watch him race, and I'll say this: I'm a little surprised he's up front running as hard as he is, but he knows his truck better than I do, so I'm going to let him do his thing. But it looks good, and thanks, Eric, for letting us in your world. We appreciate it.
If he just got his lap led there, no. Wow, so he was edged by Ryan Hartz.
He was right there.
Yeah,
he was right there. So
see, you can tell by the look in his face. He got what he accomplished. Now he needs to do what he got to do for the rest of the way. Whether it's fall back or stay up in the front, he knows what he's accomplished.
He still needs that lap led, though. He did not get the lap that time, according to our scoring.
That's a 2.
He was really close, though.
well, I see here, I saw what you were talking about, JT Motormouth. Well, JT Motormouth, you make sure that you thank Grandma Vicky and Granddad Dave, and they're probably watching. And if you are, thanks Grandma and Granddad for putting Travis on the internet. Certainly appreciate that. We'll keep an eye on him. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, Mr. Barker, J.R. Barker 45, Brad's granddad checking in. We wouldn't have a race, we wouldn't have chat without him showing up. So that's awesome as well. Again, are the bets done, Harold?
Yes. As soon as the race is timed out, it says no longer. That's what it just said underneath Brad's grandfather checking in. And no longer. So the bets are off. So we'll kind of carry this thing to the end. Look, here is Brad Slaughter being pursued by a CNC Logging 01 car, one of the Elite Entertainment. Peak right there as well. So 3 teams in the picture here.
Look, you got at least 7 cars right within that battle there, too. Holy cow.
Yeah, that's quite a pack right there. Absolutely right. Here comes the captain up behind in the 77. So let's see what he's got for everybody.
That was one of the things I think you talked about when we were sitting in the infield in Dover, because the bowl type of system is, all the cars on a restart were all tying together. So they were on the back straightaway. It got really, really quiet. And then you start to hear it slightly build up. And then you see him come off of turn 4.
It's the coolest. It's one of the coolest experiences, I think, more than anything else, is, and because Dover's only a mile, that bowl feeling, it just feels like amplified even more. But you'll see them go by, loud as can be down the front, go into turn 1, still loud. They're carrying it off at turn 2, and because there's glass back there, it banks off and comes right back at us. But when they get down, like they're dropping into turn 3 and 4, it almost goes like muted. And then they come off that turn and then it's like exploded again. Really awesome effect. I will say this, Harold. I was playing music through my head yesterday, trying my best. I got home and I couldn't hear a thing. Like it was deep. And then I'm trying to talk to people, and it was still ringing this morning when I was working. Thankfully, I could still hear the customers, but whew, that was a different ring. It did not have the sound that it used to have.
Sliding between Cameron and it's Fambro with them, so like pushing.
Yeah, they got a little close right there.
It's almost like they're tandem drafting here.
That's 21 and 22 position 21 and 22. So,
yeah, but
they're
Cameron's
trying.
already up 10 positions from the start.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Yep. Well, Brad Slaughter's all the way up to 11, so he also has been moving quite a bit as well.
12 positions up for Brad Slaughter.
Yep.
We're watching him take the high side. But I do like the idea of these guys. There's like 3 or 4 different grooves to take around this place. Like some of the guys are working the high line, some guys like the mid to low, and here you see 4 different kind of grooves here going into turn 4.
And they all seem to be picking what feels best to them, what's most comfortable. There you see Ryan Hartz with Wineland behind him. Eric seems to be pacing now and just kind of hanging with him. But it's kind of neat to see just how many grooves there are, in this track, and how many guys are using that as well. There are a couple other guys that did not shout out to, so I apologize. Richard Thomas, thanks for checking in. I usually see you, and I didn't. Hearn Fan Club, of course, you were there. Coop Racing 52 checking in as well. Sigma Irvin, and of course the Muffin Man, as we mentioned before. But thanks so much for everybody being on tonight. If you haven't shared this yet, I suggest why not get on there and share it now. Just click up at the top. There'll be a little arrow inside a box pointing out. Press that, share it to your Facebook feed, your Twitter feed, wherever you like to post stuff. Get some more people watching us, because this is the best racing, I think, out of the week as far as area racing. I know people are going to argue, but I don't know how you argue with 37 trucks in the field. It's just it's a great turnout, and it's pretty awesome to watch them. So,
yeah, one thing I've noticed.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed too is behind the 2 leaders, that battle for third's been really crazy there. Shane Wolf actually took that 3rd position, but man, they've been battling like crazy over there, and they're still battling crazy.
And there you see, and they're bringing some people with them. That's a good call there, Dylan. They're bringing Corcoran and the assassin Anasogok back there as well. So
Moore's coming, Ware's coming, Irvin's coming. There's a whole bunch of drivers coming on by.
Yep. And again, working different grooves. There you see Anasogok in the middle. You got Shane Wolf on the up high, and then Levin Martin was running down low, and then Corcoran, he gets in there wherever he fits. So Arstein, what's up? Calling out for the Let's Go 23 on that. Appreciate that as well. If I mess up the numbers, it's because it's fuzzy. It's not because I'm blind. Well, okay, I'm blind, but it's not because of that. So thank goodness we have timing and scoring. So
yeah, that's like 2nd through 8th right there. It's all right within that mix, and man, they're just going absolutely crazy out here. It does have an interesting multi-lane groove feel. Some areas you want to be in the inside, some areas you want to be on the outside. You got to find the grip. And
well, I think a lot of it. Yeah, I think a lot of it too, Dylan, has to do with the fact that they just haven't laid down a whole lot of rubber as of yet. I mean, it's lap 21, so obviously they're going to be laying it down some more. But, each groove is going to get built differently. And maybe in the end of it all, that top line is just going to be, you can do the 5 shuffle around the outside of the wall and get up there quickly. So.
Oh.
Lost Pierce Moffitt for a moment. I don't know if he darked out. He's back. Okay.
Looked like Bell got a little wiggle right there coming off of 2, but he held on. But other than that, though, we're still racing.
Cameron Hearn now into the 18th spot, so he's kind of leveled out a wee bit at this point. But again, the good battle right there. Martin, Corcoran, Anasogok, Danny Ware now in the picture He's going to bring that beautiful design up through there and see if he can't get a little activity going as well.
Yeah, it's funny there. Shane Wolf thought he was going to run away, then Martin was bound with him, and then all of a sudden, here comes like at least 5 drivers trying to fly up in there. They all won 3rd place at the end of the day.
Well, I would say at the end of the day, they want that number 1 spot. But right now, before they do another pit or before they do a pit, yeah, I'm with you. I think each position makes a difference, and those guys are really shooting for that. So.
Yeah, they're definitely having a really good battle right there. So far, it's been the best battle we got today.
Now, they've dropped off quite a bit from their best lap. A lot of the guys ran in the 31s as far as best laps. Now they're running 33s. So tires are dropping off, and that can happen. Mr. Beckner has moved up to the 27th spot. So he started way down there. So it's good to see him moving forward as well. Harold, can you kick the machine or it could be my feed. I'm talking about yours, but it may be my feed. I don't know. Punch it in the face or something.
just a swift one. Nothing too fancy.
Just a swift one. That's right. That's exactly right. So Shane Wolf has now got some other help underneath him. Well, not help. Other people, as you were saying earlier, coming to them. Anna Sogok's going to get around. Looks like Danny Ware's going to try to get around. Corcoran as well.
Ooh, dirty one. Hold on.
Yep.
Yeah, he had a little wiggle there. Good save.
Question is, did he overuse it trying to get where he is currently? He's running high, man. He's running marbles right now.
Yeah, no kidding. He's getting a little slick on the rubber there. It's definitely going to lose a lot of momentum there, but this is the part of the time where during this point of the race, you got to make sure your car doesn't get that loose, man. One wrong move, man, that car's going to snap.
Well, you're past halfway on your run, your fuel run. So you're getting deeper into your fuel run. Your truck's not going to weigh the same as it did when you started everything. I would assume that still counts, even though it's iRacing. Yep. And so there's that change as well. And as they go along, tire wear is going to start playing in, and you get up into space where nobody's been yet, nobody's laid anything down. You're begging for it because
we talked about the track temperature is 111 degrees.
Yeah. Yep.
So
slicker than snot on a brass
very, very, very hot track. So there's not a lot of grip. They're laying down a lot of rubber, different grooves. And then the cars around each other cause a side draft as well as a draft. As we see here, you could be like the 41 is right behind a car right now. That car gets out of the way.
Try 4 wide.
It totally changes the way the car handles. Yep. This is the 81 of Brad Slaughter.
Wow, for a minute I thought they were going to try 4 wide. I'm thinking, man, there's no way they're going to try this.
No, they'll try it. If they think they can get away with it, they'll try it. And there you see Cameron Hearns now going to jump into this little batch and try to push a little farther. He's in 15th now as this battle all heats up. Right in front of him, of course, Pierce Moffitt is there. A.J. Roderick in the baby oil machine, probably lubed up. He's probably having a little bit of handling issues on his wheel, not on his truck. Jeremy Horn's in there, and the guy I talked about before, Vern Hawkins. We haven't mentioned his name, but he's up front right now and doing pretty good there in the 14 truck. So good to see him just outside the top 10. There you go. And as usual, a beautiful paint scheme coming out of that there garage. Kudos to everybody this year. I mean, they all upped their game this year, I think.
A lot of schemes look fantastic.
Yep, they really do. Really do.
I'll tell you what, though, we were seeing earlier, that 81's been kind of picking apart drivers left and right. He's been managing to just one by one, taking apart cars, working his way into that top 15. Now, all of a sudden, his next sight's on that 67 right there, but he's on the charge. I would not be surprised before that cycle of green flag pit stops, he's going to get into the top 10.
Well,
impressive so far.
All right.
We've been green flag since the drop. 32 of 120 laps being worked here. Going back up to the race leaders, Ryan Hartz. He's led every lap.
He has?
No,
Yeah.
yes, he's led every lap.
Yep.
I'm having to do my quick math. We're on lap 33, but he's led 32. So
Quick
Oh,
math.
boy. That's why we put you in charge, Harold.
every once in a while, I get it right.
I'm not going to argue whether you get it right or not because,
Well, the leaders had technically one battle, but other than that, he's just been laying down the rubber, man. He has just been running away from everyone there, and he's on cruise control right now.
Well, he's 0.2 of a second faster currently than Wineland. He's almost 0.3 of a second faster than the Alaskan Assassin. So there's nobody really running the numbers he is currently putting on. Travis Beckner's running in 9-second intervals. That's pretty amazing. I don't know what's going on with that timing and scoring, but that's impressive. Now it's fixed itself. Okay, there we go. So that time around, Eric Wineland ran almost identical time with Hartz and Sogok. Again, right there, about a 10th off of those two guys. Well, not even 10th. I'm sorry, 100th off of those two guys. So they're all running some decent laps. Whoa, they are definitely running some decent
And
laps.
Sogok actually the fastest
Yeah.
last lap, 33.
Yes, he was.
Too, so
That was pretty impressive.
he's getting there. He might kill him another moose.
He might. And he's got a ways to go. He's 3 seconds behind. So
Well, we'll see how close we were on the lap prediction as we're getting closer here. 36 laps. I said it's between 40 and 45, right?
40 and 45. Yep.
Somewhere
So
in there. So keep an eye on 21. He'll probably, if anybody's going to test me, it'll be him.
well, I was gonna say he indeed would be one that would try to push it longer than most. I don't know if this is a track where you can do that, where you can afford to do that. Although the benefit is it is a 1.5 mile track.
Yep.
So even if they get new tires, it's going to take them a little longer to get to your back door again. So there you see the 54 rim riding almost up there, Colin Fambro in his GoPro 54 truck with the Coors Light on the back, and then you see the peak underneath him.
Oh, before we get into pit cycles, because it'll be coming up soon, and we got, just kind of showing the only battle that's really raging right now. These guys here, as you're going around, can you tell anybody what you learned from the Jackman from the 17? Because he really kind of, I kind of caught half of what you were saying. He was kind of explaining the marks on the ground and basically what an entire pit stop would look like.
So when I was down there, while Harold was doing Simon Says on the stage, and
That was
my other buddy was up there doing some kind of dance to get on the big screen, I decided to go down pit lane to the number one pit stall because our guy won the pole. By the way, Eric Wineland's going in. Dylan, why don't you catch an eye and see what he's doing on the pit box?
Yeah,
See if he's talking about anything. And I would guess more are coming, so keep an eye on that.
Will do.
So anyways, back to that. So they were everybody's laying tape down and they're measuring it out using the jack. So he puts the jack on the ground, and then from there, they lay the tape in front, and the tape so I asked the question. I said, "Is the tape exactly where you want them, or is that the ideal location, or what is that?" And he says, "Actually, it's the ideal location. We want him to put the front tire at the corner of that tape." And then the other marks are for where the guys are going to stand when they're handing the tires. And he said, what they do is they put the jack on the ground to kind of get an idea of where he physically is versus the wall and how much space he needs in order to push the jack down and clear everything. So it's really offset. When you're standing in the box, it's really offset. And he said it's all about feel. The one side he'll stop, he'll watch. Sometimes he'll put the tire on. He'll put his hand on there and try to kind of start something. But for the most part, it's feel. He can tell when everybody's ready. And then he drops the jack, goes to the other side, same thing. He'll help out on one tire or the other, and then drops the jack, and of course they go away. So really awesome to talk to the guys, kind of get a feel for what all they do to prepare for it. There's a lot of stuff they do building up to a pit stop, and then kind of get a feel for it during and while they're sitting around as well. So it was a great day, and I'm glad to talk to him as well. Got a lot of stuff out of him also.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting, and what I caught what he was saying was he's looking at both tire changers to make sure they're done before he drops the thing, which didn't happen on whose pit stall.
It happened, but the tire started to race him, and
Well, the hub lug or whatever fell out of the jack, and he was trying to tell them to stop. He had his hand up, and you could see it clear as day on the broadcast replay. And I guess the jackman didn't see that because he let the car down, and of course, then he tried to race he did win though. The tire didn't beat him.
No,
out.
they actually have photo finish of it. He beat the tire by a nose of the car. So. No, it was cool. Those guys are under a great deal of pressure to perform every week. And the crazy thing is, if you're there while they are literally practicing right up to the race. They've got a wheel on a hub on the side of the box. They put that thing on and he hits it and he hits it and he hits it. And he's trying to hit it a specific way so he knows it locks. It's not an easy task here, folks. And you miss one time, and you're going to find out, much like Denny Hamlin's crew, it doesn't go well. So
we look at everybody's gone through pits except for
the top 11.
Yeah, and we got one. It was Litzberger just came in, and so is Bud. So top 10 are the only ones that stayed out. Are these guys trying to make it halfway? Dylan, what have you been hearing?
So looks like they're not really talking a lot in the strategy. It's normal operations. 4 tires, 2 cans. They're just keeping it very, very quiet, very, very strategy oriented there. I think what's going to happen is once that money stop goes around, that's where I think the strategy is really going to kick on in. So don't be surprised if it's going to be normal pit stops coming on this point, and if we get another green flag run for the second flag pit stop.
Well, the top 9 right now have pushed to 45. Shane Wolf just crossed over for 46. Mm-hmm. So we know that they're all gonna try to stretch. Travis Beckner just blacked out. Travis, come back to us. But anyways, these guys are gonna have to come down. It's eventually gonna get them. But they're putting a lot of people a lap down too. So when they come down, it'll probably cycle through. You should see at this point, it looks like Wineland may have the advantage on Ryan Hartz, and he does. There you see him. So once everybody starts and cycles through, we should see everybody then get back, and then Eric Wineland looks like will assume the lead. However, Ryan Hartz is going to try to do everything he can to get that back from him. So
Shane Wolf on pit lane. I think they stretched it to the highest they can go, like 47. We'll see what the
Shane
other
Wolf
guys
just
do.
came down, so
Fambro stays another lap though.
Fambro, Cochran's out there. Garrett Grant. Now this isn't shocking for Garrett Grant. The 5 car knows how to
Grant's
stretch it
down
by
pit
better,
lane
but-
though.
All right, there you go.
So top 3 drivers have not pitted: Fambro, Cochran, and Christensen.
And Travis Beckner is not putting anything down. He's dark, but he's in 5th according to this. So he's on the pit lane according to what I'm showing, but I'm showing him as a dark slot. So you guys might be able to tell me better. He's
Down
not
goes
on the
Hartz.
pit.
This is for which will be the lead after pit stops.
Yep.
Fambro on pit lane. Cochran on pit lane. So Rick Christensen in front of these 2 guys. Currently, was he going to come down? Yes, he does. Ryan Hartz regains the lead on lap 49.
Ryan has a quick piece underneath him, that's for sure. But I'm impressed with Eric. I mean, Eric's up front. He's kind of going to play a different play tonight, and he's using the high line versus Ryan Hart's running down on the low line. I didn't think this would be one of those tracks, Harold, where the low line was going to have a better advantage. You would think with 20-degree banking, if you could ride that high line, the momentum you could get coming off of there would have been a greater deal. But it truly looks like the way Ryan Hart's is doing it. Man, bottom is working really well for him right now.
Yeah, working good for him right at the moment. Gary Lewis checking in. And, what I see of these guys right now is they're really all just trying to figure out best where their car runs, kind of figuring out what they're going to do later. And we were just a tad bit off, so more like 48 being the key, the no further than number.
Yeah, exactly right. But again, some of those guys know how to do it better than most, and they're going to push what they can. So I'm putting down 48 laps.
So Adam Capps and Rick Christensen have both disconnected.
Adam's out there to look pretty for a while. I get it. He's the boss. Let the boys go. But good to see him continuing to show up week after week and put his truck out there.
That's a lap car. That's Will Witt, I believe, that's behind Eric Wineland.
Yep.
Down a lap here. Will Witt is the first car a lap down. A lot of green flag pit stops, and I'm just checking before I curse this. This is so far the first week that we've come into Tuesday night and had green flag pit stops in both the first two series.
Oh,
we had green flag pit stops in Cup last night. They had some early cautions and finished up on a very long run. So,
yeah. So Gary, I'm sorry, Harold was still talking. I apologize. Hey Gary, how you doing tonight? Good to see you out there. And apparently, the Muffin Man, his bowling scores are not good. So, Ed, weren't you the one that showed us a picture?
He got a 300. That's what Gary's calling him out. So.
Wow.
Oh my.
See, it throws down everywhere. It's not just on the track. Our boys will throw down anywhere. Bowling, driving, whatever. So. And Ed, I did not do the cornhole tournament that was there at Dover. If you remember, while you guys were talking, I went over and threw a few bags. I actually did not do the tournament because I didn't want to leave my boys hanging when they went to eat dinner, aka I'm not being left out of food. So.
Dude, it was hot. I think around 3 o'clock, I looked at you and said, "Hey, if you want to get that cornhole tournament, you got to go now." And you're like, "I ain't moving."
No.
Yeah, there's no way.
Well, I'd walked 16,000 steps. Like, how many more was I going to have to do before I drop over dead? So, yeah, the last 3 days, I don't need to exercise at least for another 20 days. Because dang.
If you haven't had a chance to look, if you guys haven't heard me talk about it last night, you go to the One to Go Studios on Facebook. You can see a lot of the things that Ken's talking about. He's got to put some of his personal stuff over there now, too, because nobody saw the coin to Clint because that's on your page.
I know. I'm getting it over. I'll get it over there. Just everybody relax. I just, I still have,
man.
huh?
They want to see the moment.
I know they want to see the moment. Clint and I remember it. That's all that really matters. I mean, isn't it?
We got to sign the Dover wall. That was on there.
We did sign the wall. Did you put? Did I have to? I have to put that on there. I think
that's already on One to Go. Yeah.
Okay.
And so are the videos with us in the A Game 200 Victory Lane.
Yep.
We didn't do it for the Cup Series. Maybe we weren't worried about it. I don't know. We were worried about other stuff Sunday.
The Cup Series, I did the switchover
the
switchover.
Yeah, the choose marker. Yeah.
Yep. So.
Which 9 degrees banking on Dover. Y'all need to get out the track and see that 9 degrees is not like, I'm like, oh, that's nothing. That baloney.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's a lot more than nothing.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
It's a hill.
That's a good climb right there.
It was definitely a hill.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
Well, we walked up and down the front stretch, me and Josh, quite a bit that on Sunday, and the pit lanes, but we didn't get very far. Like I said, our guy was up front, so we didn't really venture too far past about what the middle of the pit lane.
Middle.
Wasn't it?
Where the start finish line was.
Yeah. Well, here we go. We're on 59 of the 120s. We're coming up on halfway. We haven't had a caution yet, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to thank Elite is one of our sponsors. We get to our ad reads here because I didn't get a chance to read them yet.
Harold.
I know, really. Hey, so we'd like to thank Elite Entertainment for their support of the Elite Entertainment's Cup Series and all of us here at Area. Be sure to check out Elite Entertainment LLC on Facebook and book them to DJ your next event. That's Elite Entertainment. We need to get a hold of him. I told you that we need to do that. And then now we're on lap 60, so just shy of halfway, and then we'll go into another group as we can. But, you know, Green Flag Racing, I love it. It goes by fast, keeps a lot of action on the racetrack, and really puts strategy to play. And Kansas is a monster for strategy. If you know what you're doing, you can pull a couple wins out of this racetrack.
Ryan Hartz clearly knows what he's doing, Harold, right now, because he has built a 1.89 second lead over second place. He's now almost 4 seconds ahead of the Alaskan Assassin. And then Danny Ware in fourth is 4.5 seconds behind.
Fans, be sure to visit our sponsor, Swift Lifestyles, for clean supplements that help improve your focus and gaming. Use discount code AREA iRacing for 15% off your entire order. We'd like to thank Swift Lifestyle for their support of everything we do here in Area for Area iRacing. This is our mid-race run-through that we're going to start up here. And this is, like you said, that's Ryan Hartz that we're on right now. Ryan Hartz from Jacob Hill Racing led 52 of the 62, so only 10 laps have gotten, or actually 9 laps have gotten away from him. Still in the front, in that driver's seat, Ryan Hartz looking really good up front. Got Eric Wineland not yet leading a lap. Oh, caution now does fly.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to have to restack
Here
this
we go. Here we go. Now you get your microphone on, get your track shoes on. Let's see what went on.
So let's try to see if we can figure out where that was. Looks like Hartman and Willems. So let's try to get this on the one to go replay. No, that is Logan Hartman. Yep, on the inside here.
Garrett Grant
coming up.
5 got a killer run coming into 1, I can tell you that.
He grabbed the apron just a tad. Whoa, oh, and you see the 17.
Oh.
Off 17, tight off the corner.
Yep.
And ends up kicks the car around and right into the 51.
Well, and the other question is, does the 5 coming in that quick, does that take air off too?
It could. But bang.
Oh, he just gets loose, yeah. Wow.
He just got a good wiggle coming off turn 2 into the back straight.
All right. Well, Dylan, everybody be pitting up front. Brian
pitting.
Hartz, Wineland, the Anna Sogok, Danny Ware, Cody Moore, everybody and their brother, including their sister, is now pitting.
Well, see, I can guarantee you before I even come down pit road to check what was going on, I can guarantee you Hart's, the last thing he needed to see was that yellow flag. Man, he was enjoying that run the whole time.
Oh, we got some spinning on pit lane.
Get down there, son. Run.
That was Colin Willems in the 17, I believe. If I can see it.
Someone else having a struggle on pit road. That's, yeah.
No, it wasn't the 17. Who was that?
67.
60, was it really?
Is that Cameron? Cameron's on the inside there.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen a vehicle do that before. Holy cow.
Well, he had some help. He had the guy on his outside.
Spin that
across. So we'll try to. All right, from here, see Hearn was coming off the pits.
Yep.
So he's coming out of pit lane. There's Cameron Hearn. He's up his nose, and then the 41 comes right across his nose. Bang.
Wow, that's Pierce Moffitt.
He looked like he got a hit, and then he took it on the gas and accident just spun out there. Jeez.
And like the 41 not seeing where Hearn was cut down in front of the Hearn, but I don't know, very interesting. And I like that Michigan on there. Reminds me on the back of this Ford. That's what we saw, that almost exact same plate on Chris Buescher's GT and his Mustang.
It's an update for those of you that really care, and most of you probably don't. However, Alex Ovechkin steals the puck at the middle, and then Evgeny Kuznetsov races in, beats it. It's now 2-2 Caps and Panthers. Thank you. That is your mid-race hockey update.
When in doubt, just gotta do some hockey.
Hey,
A
dude,
little bit of time.
it's the way it is. I'm afraid to turn Baltimore on, so I haven't done that yet. But well,
Right.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know how I feel right now.
Would you really?
Cameron Hearn, I don't know how I feel right now. You know, I feel like there should be some tinfoil on my head and, you know, stopping the radiation beams from coming down, conspiracy theorists everywhere, or just tightening up their butt cheeks because, yeah, I don't know. Might be one of them.
Well, the main thing I want to know is when we take the restart, is Wineland going to be able to get a good restart over the 3 of Hearts? Because I'm telling you, that 3 truck's been dominant all day long. Has a lap, but you never know what can happen.
He may, but it won't matter in the long run, it looks like.
We'll continue. We'll go back through our top 10 running order once we go back under green flag conditions. We're on caution here. Caution number 1 at lap 66.
Mm-hmm. Please don't bring out my ad yet. I'm eating.
That was my job.
It is, but I got my caramel chews back.
Oh.
All right. Pace car drops off. Pace truck, excuse me. Ryan Hartz. See, Dylan, man. It's almost impossible because you have to guess when you think Ryan Hartz is going to hammer it down. And the best you can do is hope that you can be door-to-door with him going into 1. If you're not door-to-door with him going into 1, no chance of you trying to get him. Now, he's pretty tight right now, which is awesome. And I saw Danny Ware there in the 18 got around the Assassin. But again, Ryan Hartz has quite a truck, and they're all new tires, so it's not as if there's some disparity there.
Yeah, and I was going to say, too, 'cause, I mean, you're right. It is a 50-50 thing, but I'll tell you what, man. It's just that 21 was not ready for that restart. Got himself back into gear, but just how do you stop that 3, man? He has been so good today. Absolutely fantastic.
The only way you're going to do it is either you're playing a long-run strategy, which he seems to be really good on the long runs, or you're hoping caution after caution, get him on a short run, and maybe get enough out in front of him. But we saw Eric Wineland got a heck of a jump before, and Hartz just reeled him back in. So it could just be that that JBR truck is just going to be a beast today, and nobody's going to get him. And it's not like we haven't seen that before. We've seen it happen many a times where a truck just goes out and dominates. But in this case, you know, I don't know.
We may have a battle for second heating up there. It's like Wineland may be in trouble there. Well,
yeah,
he's already in trouble. He lost second. He's going to lose third, and he may lose more.
Shane Wolf is there coming in. He just brought the 31 underneath the 21. The 9 now is showing up and deciding he's going to play. That's swerving Paul Irvin. And then behind him, again, the Alaskan Assassin, Justin Anasogok, is also involved. Now, these guys are putting a lot more heat on the 3 truck than before. At 31 all over the bumper.
Yeah, the main question is who's going to be the main one to get around that 3 truck? Who's going to be that one driver?
Well, it looks like the 31, the 18 are pretty strong together. They've been driving against each other and/or with each other from the past, so they know each other extremely well. All different truck ownerships up there, though, isn't it?
Absolutely, from what it's looking like so far.
Harold's back. So those of you that are watching right now, all we can do is tell you who's in the lead, who's battling. There's a delay as far as what we're seeing. We're back. We're back. We're back. Don't panic. We got it.
We're all good, Chief.
All right. Again, Shane Wolf all over the back of the 3, the 18 all over the back of the 31, and the 9 all over the back of the 18. It's a mini choo-choo train up front. And Anna Sogok is now falling back a little bit farther. Doesn't seem to have the same type speed and/or trucks as the front 4.
Shane Wolf may look right here. What a dive by the 31.
He's got a lot of momentum coming out of there. The question is, does the 3 get a lot of momentum coming off the top? Does look like that is going to be the case. And Shane Wolf will lead that lap.
Yep, that's the first driver on the actual
Yellow is out.
Yellow flag. He just got it too.
Caution is out. Shane Wolf in the lead. And y'all just missed the show with the 11. So this is where we're heading. Our guys are watching. Oh, look at him go.
Lots of contact on the front straight.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and go up and touch.
Retaliation there.
Is that Vern Hawkins? It is Vern Hawkins.
Man, that was like they rubbed each other at least 3-4 times.
Then he finds the wall.
'74.
Now the 14 of Vern Hawkins, 14 of Vern Hawkins on the back. There he goes again.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, bam.
Oh,
that
wow.
time he's going to go over.
Yeah, they were rubbing fenders all the time, man. At least the whole lap they were doing that.
Cameron Hearn has disconnected. Curtis Vollmer's disconnected as well. And it looks like probably soon we'll be disconnecting the either 11 or 14.
Now looking in the cockpit there. He was just trying to hold on. He just goes for it. Right
that was a quick spin wash, Harold. That wasn't a long-term spin wash. Like, you couldn't get a lot of clothes washed that time.
Yeah, the one thing, if you notice too there, Ken, I mean, they were just, like I said from before, they were rubbing fenders at least the whole lap, man. They were trying to wreck each other the whole way, and finally one driver eventually wrecked and unfortunately flipped over, but oh boy,
just so everybody knows.
That's
That's right. Another goal by the Capitals. Thank you very much on a steal. The buzzer has sounded once again. All right. Cooper Racing 52. You are on top of it, gangster style. He saw the 11 going nuts before we did. So thanks so much for keeping us up. Danny Ware fan page. Where have you been? You show up when Danny Ware gets up to the front, and we appreciate you checking in as well. And then Richard Thomas, of course, is on the Danny Ware fan page as well. They said to dial up Wineland and see what's going on in that truck. Dylan, why don't you see if you can find out from Eric Wineland what's happening with that truck? If you can drop down and get to him. I don't know if you can get to him or not.
Penalties being issued.
There he is. I was wondering where he's at.
And penalties have been issued on the number 11 of, that's Martin,
Jordan
EOL.
Martin.
And Vern Hawkins has been removed from the server. He didn't disconnect. And that was determined based on that caution.
I'm not surprised by that there because, I mean, they were going at it, man, the whole lap there, Harold. I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
No, I'd like to know the depth of that one. But yeah, Vern Hawkins is disconnected, leaving 33 or 32 trucks still technically out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that the Towers are going to definitely be looking at that a lot more in the footage, and they'll find out what's going to be the punishment there. But honestly, just for right now, though, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Wineland is in 5th or 14th now, Richard.
Yep.
And it looks like he came down for what would be, I would assume, his last set of tires.
Oh, they
No,
get
he's
3
gotta go.
sets. You get 3 sets.
Well, he only did gas anyways. He did fuel. 5.1 seconds, so.
I'll tell you though, real quickly though, is we're priming to get the 1 to green at the line. Look who snuck into 9th out of nowhere.
Oh, he's not out of nowhere. He knows what he's doing. My guess is he's going to hold off to the very last run.
He has been silent, but he has just been working his way through the field. The strategies really have been coming in hand there. And that 81, man, oh boy, watch out.
Straight out of Alaska, it's about time you woke up and realized that the Assassin's in 3rd place. Goodness, boy, come on.
Yeah, he knew that bad qualifying effort wasn't going to hold him back, and here he is. Great work right there by the 81 team.
Okay.
All right, getting ready to go back to the green flag conditions, but lots of stuff going on during that caution for the second caution at lap number 78. Guys, this time you got to remind me we got to do our little the top 10. We didn't get to that yet. So
Yeah, right.
gotta
Good
work
call.
that. Gotta work that in there somewhere. Gotta pay the bills, man. Gotta pay the bills.
Well, we got an announcement and the top 10. So whenever you're ready to roll them around once they go green, and that'll be here in about 10 seconds, or actually less than that, but you know what I mean. Good jump by Shane Wolf on the outside. So it's really a matter of if you're in that lead, as long as you get a good jump, you're doing what you need to do. Shane Wolf is going to get out there. The question is, again, Ryan Hartz has a great truck. Can he catch him, get around him? He definitely looks like he is capable. He's going to dive down here, but Shane Wolf's going to throw the block on that, kind of kill momentum there, but he slides up a little bit as Ryan Hartz will then come back up. Keeping an eye on Anna Sogok behind him and some of those other trucks that might be a little hungry as well. Ryan Swan has suddenly decided, now's the time for me to jump up there and get a little bit of this action, and we're glad to see Ryan Swan up there. That puts 2 of the JBR trucks up there now, so.
Look at what the 3's doing. He's trying the high line to get whatever grip and trying to see if that was going to work, and that's not the case. That 19 on the charge may try to get second rather, but a battle for 3rd is now going to come on by.
Well, they're back to running multiple different lines as well, just to try to see what works the best. Shane Wolf right now is throwing down 31 6s, where Hartz is 31 7s. Anna Sogok is running in a 31.6, as was Ryan Swan. So there's some trucks out there that are throwing some serious laps down. Cody Moore down towards the back of the field is throwing 31.6s as well. So it's really a matter of, can you get enough clean air to really throw down a lap that makes a difference?
The first car, 1 lap down, Logan Hartman in the 51, leaving 26 trucks on the lead lap. As we're in lap number 82, and we'll now use this as our Swift Lifestyles run through at this point. So looking at James Shane Wolf now, your current race leader, and he's led 16 laps with the lead entertainment. So if you pick the lead entertainment, that's looking good right now. Ryan Hartz of the JBR has been moved back to second. Justin Anasogak, he is on Darnell Racing, the Interstate Batteries 19. Looking pretty good. That's about the top. I think it's the first time we've seen Justin in the podium position. And then Ryan Swan, JBR, in the 4th position at Rick Hot Sauce, BlairRaces.com. And James Litzenberger another Darnell Racing, the Rackley Roofing from Naples, the number 12, and Shane Corcoran in that 22. Somebody needs to help him out with the paint scheme, or unless he's going to just stay with the Ford color. And
That guy can drive. Yeah.
Tyler Hallman in the number 42 butt kicker for David Weishart Racing. Brad Slaughter now going to come in and pitch. He's like, I don't like it. The 8th spot. I want to go up, move first up to that in the Elwood Design
look out.
Esports. And he is pushing.
Yeah, he was getting a little squirrely coming around that 22 there. It was a little close call there.
Colin Fambro moving himself up as well. He's led one lap in the 54. He's trying to figure out how to get around these guys. And then Danny Weir in the 18th position, or 18th in the 10th position. That's our top 10 rundown for Swift Lifestyles.
He did that well, Harold, with all of them jockeying for position.
I know. They're just trying to make it hard on me or something. I don't know.
They're not thinking of you, Harold. They're only
No,
thinking of
I
themselves.
know. Thinking of themselves.
By the way, the 3 truck is probably back up towards the front again. I don't know if Shane Wolf's still shown as a leader, but the 3 has found some consistent speed, which means he's pulling closer. Anna Sogok and Ryan Swan also very good there. You see Justin diving down underneath to see if that'll work for him. He's trying to bring that truck towards the front. If he can get a little momentum off there, it's really hard to hold that momentum and still, get around on the inside. But he's going to dive down again here, going into turns 1 and 2.
Trying to put that Toyota in the right spot.
Yeah, I just don't think it's working well on the low end right now for him. He seems to still be trying to work that, but Mr. Shane Wolf, don't get too close. Yeah, Ryan Hartz is going to have some momentum coming off of this one. There's no doubt about it.
Line.
Yeah, Shane Wolf got a little too high, which is going to cause him some trouble, but nice job recovering. Wow.
What a block. I'll tell you, there's at least 4 cars that are really up here in this battle for the lead, man. But 31-3, they have been the 2 front stoppers. No one's been able to come close to making a move at all. Holy cow.
Well, Colin Fambro is back up in the front again, too. So Ryan Swan, Fambro, Anna Sogok's been there all day, so it's not surprising to see the 19 truck there. But some other players that haven't been up here are now showing their stuff as well. There you go. You see Ryan Hart's going to try the outside. Shane Wolf stays low. Don't know how much momentum he's going to build off of there, but Shane Wolf will go ahead. Oh, slide job to the inside. The 3 is going to carry momentum down into the turns. He might, Harold, depending on what Shane Wolf does, but Shane Wolf will carry a lot of momentum off that top side.
Trying to make it 3 wide for the front.
Yep. Sure enough, nice move by James Shane Wolf. The slide job did not work, but just for a brief moment. And Colin Fambro somehow did a slide job on everybody and vaulted himself up into second place.
I just want to point this out, too. We are actually 3/4 of the way complete there. And these last 30 laps, man, oh boy, it go out to get spicy out there.
That's the one spicy meatball. That's right.
31 is putting it all out there, but it looks like Colin Fambro might have something for him here on the low side.
Yeah, these 3 trucks are really just slicing and dicing. Fambro will take the lead coming off of this turn.
Oh, 31 in the wall.
Shane Wolf into the wall, 3 into the 31. Anna Sogok shoots around on the outside, bringing him into 2. And so you have Fambro followed by Anna Sogok. The 3 of Ryan Hartz is still going, but he did touch the 31 as the 31 caught the wall going by.
James was pushing really that high line, and then I was saying something earlier that looked like the right rear was coming around slightly on him, and that's what got up into the wall.
Yeah, and again, we talked about it. How much has anybody been up there? If they go a long time and no one has been up there, you're only talking about marbles then. But Colin Fambro has pulled away at this point. He's at 1 second. Anna Sogok is coming. Hartz is coming. And then, as the ever intelligent Dylan stated, the 81 has come to play. So, Granddad, keep an eye out, because here comes the 81 truck. He's in 4th place now, and he's looking for some more.
Man, it's like the magic words I said, man. Out of nowhere he came. He said, "All right, I'm gonna show you how I want to take that lead." I'm not surprised at all.
He well, no, you should never be surprised when the 81 truck is up there, that's for sure. He could have been playing a wee bit of the possum throughout. If we get him on the podium, we'll find out. But man, oh man, Ryan Hart's dropping down now. After seeing Shane Wolf do that, do you really want to get that high again, Harold? There you see the 81 just rimrodding it.
If it works, man, that's how you get up on these guys. But these guys are sitting on 30 lap tires. Fambro
Yep.
has 19 laps on his tires. So Fambro came down and pitted that last time to take tires.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So 2nd to 7th are all on 30 or more. And then you got Cody Moore at 18, who's pretty much on the same strategy as Fambro. And that's the group. But most of those guys didn't get tires. They just got gas. So the numbers might be a little deceptive. Fambro's is right. I mean, he did 14.3 in his box. So
I think Brad Slaughter, the 4.7 shows that I guess he went back down and topped off.
yep.
But he had changed his tires before that, so we'll see how these guys. Eric Wineland was a 5-1, so that was just fuel. So it was Danny Weir, Paul Irvin.
Yeah, a lot of guys spread out there, fuel only, which means their tires are probably still around the same 30, 32 lap. They did get obviously cooled down when they go down pit lane and then come back out, but still, the strategy is going to play out where they're going to have to pit. Now, once they get those new tires, should be really good, but as you said, 26 cars on the lead lap. Steimer's about, Steimer.
Colin
Steimer's-
Fambro, I think, can make it the distance, whereas Hart, Slaughter, Anasogat, Litzenberger, Swan, Cochran, Hallman.
I think Fambro would be pushing
Shane
it, wouldn't
Wolf,
he?
all these guys have to go down again. Now, he's showing 22 laps, and
Maybe
there's
45. You're right.
Yeah, he'd be about. Yeah, he's 40. 46 or something. If he played it right, he has the fuel to the end. So maybe another winner, first time winner tonight.
That'd be good.
But this place is definitely notorious for fuel strategy, tire strategy type racing. So we'll keep an eye on Colin Fambro. He's getting the most out of those new tires. He's 2 seconds ahead of the race. The guy with the most laps there in Hearts.
Well, and he honestly doesn't have to push it hard either, Harold. So if he wants to conserve a little bit, I mean, he is literally only truck out there other than Ryan Swan running 32. So, it's not as if he can't back it down a little bit and still have some room to play with. And as an update, because there's 2.5 seconds left, the Capitals will pull the upset 4-2 over the Florida Panthers. That's right, in the Florida Panthers' house. 4-2. And there may be a penalty shot coming up as well. Nope. Dropping a puck. Okay. All right. Colin Fambro now has the drink in his hand. The chips being dipped. He is looking good, driving that 54 car just about wherever he wants, however he wants. And if I'm not mistaken, is he not the fastest lap of the day, too? Looking down through 31,391. That's a heck of a lap. 31,391. Although Shane Wolf,
Shane Wolf had.
yep, Shane would just drop the 375.
Caution's out again.
All right. Caution out
With less than 20 to go.
Yep,
So
less than 20. Is it time, Harold, for me to do my thing?
yep, we'll be able to do that right after this replay.
This replay. That looks like Jacob Bell. Is
Yep.
Jacob Bell the one involved, Harold?
I believe so.
Ah.
So we're watching to see what happened here. As we're out our third caution now for the day.
They had a 3-truck battle up ahead. And I don't know
Ooh,
if
somebody
they
in
had
the
80
wall there.
Somebody in the wall.
That's the 5 of Garrett Grant,
Oh.
and comes down.
How about Jacob Bell holding on to it, though?
He did a good job holding on to the brakes right there. Good right there. Good car control.
Garrett way into the wall. In other words, he was becoming part of the wall.
Yeah, it looked like he got tight coming into the corner.
Bam. Bam. Bam.
Didn't see Jacob. Whoops.
If you ever wondered what a pinball was like, there you had it. He hit both trucks, actually, Harold, on that one. How about that?
So everybody coming down pit lane except for Cody Moore.
Interesting. Well, I did say Cody Moore was the only other one that had
Fuel and stuff to the end.
fuel and tires, so he might be playing the strategy here, which would be a bold move. But I'm telling you, if Ryan Hartz is getting new tires, you're done.
Yeah, there ain't no way. I believe he went down. Yeah, he did.
Yep. So
Yeah, Hart's has been the beat. He is the good.
Check one second here, real quick, because our fan base is saying that they think that our friend the 81 was involved earlier in that.
Oh, he's got some rear end damage.
This is before the caution just came out, so we pull it back.
I can't read Alan's name. Use the Elwood. Okay, Elwood. I got it now.
Try to back that up here. See where that happened. Oh,
Oh.
so right.
Oh, that
Coming
must
off-
have been with that battle.
So coming off of turn number 4, we're looking at Slaughter. So he's
That's Anna Sogart down
on the
underneath it.
inside. Yep. So it was like, I think he caught a little bit of
Oh.
the apron in the tri-oval.
So Anna Sogart comes across his nose, and then who was that into the back of him? The 12? Litzenberger?
I think
That
that was.
looked like it.
So EOL given to Brad Slaughter Jr.
How about that?
for starting that. So good call from the fan base there, seeing what we did not see.
Our fans are on it. Let me tell you what.
So we can do our final shout out to CNC Logging.
All righty. We'd like to thank CNC Logging for their support of the CNC Logging Truck Series this season in the area. Located in Boiling Springs, South Carolina, CNC Logging is your place to go for any of your logging needs. Got wood, big or small, summer or fall, we'll cut your log guaranteed.
So it was like Mr. Coop coming into Twitch to say that the 81 was saying that his screen froze, and once you can't see what's going on, you have no idea where your car is in relation to everybody else, and then hooking.
Yep, just gotta brace yourself. And you got to feel for him too. He was working his way up to the front. I mean, he was looking really good, and that was the last thing he needed, especially at this point of the race.
Well, there's a couple trucks that got involved in that. Anna Sogok is now off. He was involved, and unfortunately, that dude was having a heck of a race.
Yes, he was.
As well. Yeah. So there's a lot of damage that was done here, and it sounds like it wasn't intentional, but it doesn't matter. It's still it still does what it does, but the 19 certainly had a heck of a race. And you know what? Go ahead and do it. He hasn't gotten one. Send him, Harold. I know they're going to drop off, and that's okay. They can take the green flag while my buddy walks across. That's right. That's a Sasquatch moment right there, boys and girls. Tonight's winner is going to be Justin, the assassin, Anasogok. Our Alaskan assassin got in the wrong place at the wrong time, which means he has now earned the Sasquatch Award. So congratulations. You will be getting a coin. Please send us your address and DM us. And also you may be proudly, boldly putting that Sasquatch Award on your truck from this point on.
Oh, here
Oh,
comes
look at the
Fambro.
timer.
Wow. Yeah.
Now, the thing to think about this is Fambro was fast. Fambro got tires. So, there's going to be some racing going on here in this last 14 laps.
Yeah, if I were the 3, I wouldn't get comfortable with that lead, man.
Whoa.
There you go.
That was the 52. Cody Moore did not have control. And again, Cody Moore's 31 laps on those tires. Here comes Colin Fambro to the inside of Ryan Hartz. He wants that lead and he wants to pull away. Ryan Hartz is going to have to figure out how to stay with him because otherwise he will leave town.
Crossover. Here comes the 3.
Good place to do that. Colin Fambro, of course, the 31 289. Stop it. That is a nasty lap.
So,
Ryan Hart's around, though. He's not playing at all.
I'm telling you, this is the time when battles are really going to get intense right here. And, man, give credit to that 54, man. He wants to win this race bad, but that 3 ain't giving up.
I'd like to see the lap on this 3. I can't imagine that wasn't the fastest. Let's see. Nope. 315.
Hard still side by side with 54 of Fambro, and he's going to hold on for the time being. No, Fambro's going to dive it once again for the lead.
Nice drop behind, another switch. The 21 of Eric Wineland's coming in, and so that's
Ooh.
sweet.
Tell you, Wineland is literally in the catbird seat, because I'll tell you what, man, if these two find a way to wreck each other, man, he's got full advantage of this situation, hands down.
So they made a comment, Harold, that shipping to Alaska is going to be expensive. What they don't know is you're going to be in Alaska in August. You can just personally carry it to them, right?
Yeah, right?
Well, actually, it's part of the USPS though, and
That's true.
so it'll still get there for a stamp, guys. It's not heavy enough that it'll be more than a stamp. Now
It's heavy, but it's not heavy enough.
We are sending one to Canada, and that will
That's right.
cost us extra money because Canadian does not, that you gotta get it through our system, and it's just easier to send it through like FedEx or UPS.
So I'll be signing all the letters tomorrow, so we can do a mass.
You send out the ones
send
we
out.
have, yeah.
Yep, send out the ones we have. We've got 2 leagues that we're currently working on.
But
So
caution is out. So what started as a really good green flag run now is caution creating another caution,
wow,
and a lot of drivers involved.
and a lot of digitization too. That's probably why.
See what happened.
We're looking here. I'm showing Hartman, Becker, Horn, Mullins, Coyer. There's a big
It's
snag
probably
going
going to
to
happen
front.
right there. Yeah.
Oh, right here, the 51 and
There
the
it is.
28. No, that wasn't enough, but
28
there's
blinks out.
contact, yeah. Looking for more than that, though.
Puck up in the wall there. Can't see it, so I can't tell you.
Head wreck? That's the only other way I could think of. Same time. I don't know.
I don't know. I see Hunter Collier in there, Travis Beckner, Jeremy Horn. So you want to get on one of them and find out, but I don't see a whole lot happening there.
3 wide right
Oh,
around the
there's
front
some bump in there, but
Oh, there it is.
Yep, right there.
There
Started
we
with
go.
the 81.
Oh, wow. Looked like they're about having it save, and then, just the extra in right there.
Like, you keep an eye right on the 37 of Mullins. And you get right, just tap right there with the Elwood 81, and then the 01 because of the slowdown gets in, and the peak comes in to finish it off.
He was not expecting that overall, too. I mean, he got 2 wheels off the ground from that there. Holy cow.
Jacob Bell being pushed around.
All right, so
All right.
we'll be to 5 to go here.
What it's looking like there.
Yes, Justin, you get a coin.
We just need the
Justin
address.
was asking. Yep, just DM us in our in the Discord. Send us your address. We'll get you one out there. Or you can wait till Harold gets there, and you can just meet him. Where are you going to be, Harold, again?
In the end of August, which is the end of this league, league will be over at that time.
Instead,
we'll
doesn't
be
take
in,
away from winning
was
the
it
award, though.
Ketchikan,
Ketchikan. Yep.
Juneau,
Yeah. So
and Sitka.
knowing
All on the one southwestern edge, basically.
Yeah, Anna Sogok probably lives up there where real men live, and
Like
hair
Anchorage
grows
and stuff, which
everywhere.
we're not
Yeah, he's
anywhere
probably up
near.
where the sun stays quiet for 12 months or 6 months, and the sun stays up for 6 months, and men are men, sheep run scared, and bears don't even know what to do with themselves.
But
So
once he gets the coin, we've done proved, at least on a Ford Mustang GT, it makes it go faster.
oh, hey, straight out of Alaska says that's just a short swim for him. I'd like to see him swim that.
Short swim.
Well, Harold, here's my question to you. I mean, the 54 had a really good truck coming in on that last restart over the 3, and he's got a really good truck. Will he finish the deal? That's going to be the major question. Take what probably will be our final restart.
What's interesting, the number 3 has chosen the high side, and Fambro seems to like the low end. So this is going to be interesting to see what this goes with. We 5 laps to go when the green flag flies. Hopefully for the last time. We do have one green-white checkered chance for area on all divisions. So, and then yeah.
So he asked you, but he didn't. Wow,
asked you.
Dylan
Just
didn't
completely-
freaking ask me. What
Nope.
I thought. I don't care
Nope.
then. I don't think anything. I'm just going to stare at my Sasquatch in front of me who's waving, and I'm just going to watch him drive off and see what happens. I have an idea of what's going to happen, but I don't want to say it now. I'm going to hold it back.
All right, so here goes the truck. And in control of Ryan Hartz. The field comes, or off turn 4.
Oh, a bit of a check up in the middle of the pack there.
Fambro off. It's a big jump Fambro did. Let's see what the guys are going to go back and look at that, I'm sure, to see that Fambro didn't jump because Hartz was the control car.
I don't think he jumped.
I don't think so either, too, from what we're seeing. Weiland's got second place. He wants the lead now.
That's exactly who I was going to say.
Eric Wineland there. That's with yeah. Alan Elwood Designs. That's Elwood Esports.
Come on.
Highlight.
And,
We have not.
Yeah.
We
EWR.
have not talked to him, right?
Have not talked to Eric Wineland this season, no.
Right.
No, and then Danny Ware's trying to get into this.
There he goes, diving down. Going to bring the 3, Danny Ware underneath the 3. Paul Swerve and
Whoa.
Irvin is also in
21
Whoa.
throwing a block, another block, and another block.
Three to go. Wow.
Wow.
Fambro has quite the truck, though. It's hard to
That's
block that guy.
No, Harold. I don't blame them for trying to do it this type of time.
Yeah, but you know, once I get it, second time you're playing with fire, third time you get dumped.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, someone gonna get wrecked, man, in the front of the field. Hopefully, don't take out some of the guys who've been really competitive this whole race, but I would not be surprised if that
Side
happened.
by side, and the three's kind of choosing who he wants to push.
Oh,
Give
he said
that to
forget that. He wants the
21.
middle. He wanted the middle. The 54 said, no, man, you're gonna have to make a choice.
Man, I think this is the most drivers we've had together for the lead the whole season. 6 cars all together. Fambro with a nose.
And I guarantee you, behind those 2 leaders, man, if they wreck, I mean, all bets are off, man. They're going to run.
Fambro with a block and a slide.
It was Wineland.
Wineland to the inside, a 3 looking below him.
3
We got
wide at the line.
White flag out. 1 to go from One to Go Studios. This is an official race. Have at it,
Look
guys.
at the 9.
First one coming across the line gets that flag. The 3 now takes the lead.
That 9 truck is also playing a factor. Where did Irvin come from? He came out of nowhere.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Turn.
Oh, there they go.
The 3, the 9 stay together.
Oh, they're wrecking hard.
Ryan Hartz takes the lead with that contact
Oh, look
there.
at the 9. Outside line. Irvin's going to steal it.
Oh,
I
no.
think.
No, Ryan
Go to the
Hartz
3.
holds
Oh, he did. Oh, wow.
Irvin and Hallman. Well, man, last lap takes out like 7 cars.
Wow. Oh, man, I thought the 9 had it for a second. I was going to be impressed, but the 3 barely hangs on. Oh, my word.
That was a really, really close finish.
That was entertaining for sure, man. Holy cow. I'm telling you, that 9 truck came out of nowhere. I didn't even see him where he was final race start. Man, he showed up when the time was right. Man, Hartz had one of the dominant trucks in this one, but oh boy, that was a finish to remember. Oh, great. We lost Harold the first time. Then we
Yeah.
lost Ken. So,
Uh-oh. Not sure what happened to Ken. I'm working getting all the guys together here. No, what happened to Ken? See if we can get him
either
back
we
in.
lost Ken or he's going to try to talk to one of the guys that's already down there. One of the two. But I think we lost him. Yeah, we lost him because I don't see him anywhere.
No? Ken, come back.
Ken, come back. Whoa. Anyways, as the Polish victory lap is going on by for Cameron Hartz there, man, whew, I hope we get a look at that replay for a second time because, man, that was a crazy finish, man, overall. Not just with the wreck, but, man, I thought Irvin was going to steal it all together, man. He was like the Black Mamba just sneaking the back, and he about took the bite for that win, man. Holy cow. That was probably one of the most insane finishes I got to see out of Kansas. That was pretty epic.
All right, we'll get these guys together.
I think Ken fully disconnected, which that's not good, but
You know, he'll be all right. All right,
Yeah,
so
he'll
we'll
be
try
all
to get Ryan Hartz up here, and we'll talk to him to get. He's got his system here. He's doing his victory lap.
yeah, he's enjoying that Polish victory lap. I don't blame him one bit. I'd be too.
While he's doing that, we go over the results real quick. Hartz, Paul Irvin, Hallman Swan, AJ Roderick, Litzenberger, Anywhere, Shane Wolf Witt, and Cochran, your top 10. And then Willems, Collier, Moore, Tinch, Cochran, Wineland, Fambro, Beckner, and Kaneda was his first one to lap down. And then Logan Hartman in top 20. And then Slaughter, Neiman, Mullins, Moffitt, Buds, DeLong, Bell, Horn, Steimer, and Asogak. And the last guys here, Grant Martin, Hawkins, Hearn, Vollmer, Christensen, and Adam Capps. So looks like he took it to the wall to there. So we'll just back it up here. That was our finish here.
See at the line, by the way. Yeah, he just got it too.
So
See it. Yeah, at least good front fender right where the wheel is.
All right, so I'll pull him up here. And Ryan, you're in the booth with Dylan and Harold, and you got the JBR 3 to the front. Looks like you got about a half car length over the 9, and you got to take us through that last half lap where carnage ensued with you guys all in a 6-car pack for the lead.
Yeah, man, it was a fun race, no doubt. Truck was fun, and it was really, really fast all night. Can't really say enough about how good this truck was, and especially in the first half. I led a lot of laps in the first half, so second half it was kind of rusty because I really couldn't get back to the lead. I was really, really fighting hard, especially when I was behind the 31 truck, and I just could not get back to the lead. And on the second to last restart, I tried to get the 54, but I just couldn't hang with them. Whenever I got in second, I just could not hang with anybody for some reason. But luckily that wreck on the backstretch happened at the right time, and I avoided it. So yeah, here I am in victory lane.
Brian, Dylan Young here. I just want to say first off, that first half, I agreed. You definitely were the dominant truck all day, man. It had to take a lot, but that last couple of laps, man, especially when those yellow flags were coming on out, and especially at that final restart, you were behind a little bit there, and you knew, man, that 54 was going to have to be the truck to beat, man. What was going to be a take for you to get that win? I mean, you were battling that truck like crazy out there, man, and it was just probably one of the most insane battles I got to watch. What was your take on that whole last lap overall?
Yeah, for some reason, whenever I was behind the 54, it was like the second to last run. I just kept getting loose and loose and loose. And the run before, he flew past all of us, and like we were standing still. And I was like, oh, he took his last set, and it winded up being not his last set. And so I was pretty upset about that. And I thought it was just another one I was going to give away, unfortunately. But yeah, I was just way too loose trying to track him back down and try to pass him. I even tried to run the middle. I tried to run the top, but he was just still pulling away from me on the bottom. But I was just way too loose to run the bottom, like 20 laps in the run. So yeah, the final lap, I noticed that the 21 and the 54 were battling side by side, and there wasn't really a lane popping up. And I tried to go below the 21 coming to the white, and all of a sudden we're 3 wide. And turn 1 and 2, it handled really, really good, and it was good enough to stay side by side with them. And then obviously the wreck happened, but yeah, it was a very, very chaotic final lap. There's no doubt.
Well, Ryan, I think it's safe to say you earned that win. You definitely earned it, and for sure, I know you're gonna be selling really well after that one there.
Yeah, man. I just got to thank everybody at JBR. Again, thanks to Jacob Bell, Ryan Swan, Jordan Martin for always helping me, always staying by my side. I know we're kind of low in the team standings right now, so this win definitely going to help a little bit, and with the poll. So, yeah, and thanks to you guys. Also, you guys always do a great job doing the broadcast here.
Well, thank you so much, man. Enjoy that win, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we're going to talk to our next driver, Mr. Paul Irvin. Pull him up here and switch him out. All right, Mr. Swervin Irvin, we can barely make out your car considering we're right at the finish line and you're about a half a car length behind the number 3. Take us through your last lap, man.
Yeah, real exciting there. I didn't think I had a chance to win. I really thought that it was going to be those 3, and I'd maybe be able to sneak third from one of them if they got tight into the wall. But yeah, they all came together and somehow had a run on Hearts there coming off of 4. But one more lap, the what ifs, right? The what ifs, if we had one more lap, would I have been able to get them? But still, a strong run. The truck really came to me late. I was kind of fighting a loose early. really came in that final run, and yeah, managed to almost eke out a win.
Yeah, a lot of people were battling a loose truck, but I'll tell you what, man, you were having a little bit of a quiet run the whole day, and then out of nowhere, you showed up and at the right place, right time, and almost snagged that win from the 3. Now, when we watched in the booth, I thought you had it for a second, man, and then just that last little Ryan managed to beat you at the line. But I gotta say, out of all the races you've done so far, was this the most chaotic one you've been in so far? Trying to battle for a win.
Battling for a win, absolutely. It feels like it's been forever, like probably since first week race of the season at Daytona, that I felt like I really had a chance there at the end. Yeah, just hell of a job to Hearts for just an all around solid run. Had a real dominant truck. Yeah, chaotic is an understatement of how the ending to that race was.
Well, is there anyone you want to thank before we have you go off on the sunset on second place there?
Yeah. Shout out to Adam Caps, all of the Elite Entertainment drivers, Shane Wolf, Christensen Horn, all of them. A little bit of trouble for some of them tonight, but glad I could hold the mantle, almost get them to win. And just shout out to the league as a whole, Jacob Bell putting on a great league here. And you guys up in the booth, always love having the stream going during the race, being able to hear Swerve and Irvin coming out of nowhere. So I appreciate you guys up here, and hope we can be up here throughout the rest of the season, and hopefully get to talk to you guys again next week with one place higher.
Exactly. Hopefully soon, right? Hopefully.
Yeah, long time. I can feel it. It's coming.
Thanks, Paul. Enjoy the second place, man.
Thank you, guys.
Right? Get our last one in.
Tyler Hallman, you're in the booth with Harold and Dylan. You got the DWR 42 butt kicker ride into the podium spot tonight. Been kind of quiet season for you thus far.
Yeah, quiet in the sense that we still haven't found that. I mean, obviously I finished third tonight, but top 3 speed throughout a run. I'll take the finish, and we keep getting them. Very consistent finishes all season, a lot of top 10s. No complaints as far as, if you take away the winners, I'm sitting third in points. So really, we'll take it for where we're at. But one of these weeks here, it's going to click, and I think we'll be up there in the winners bracket.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You and the driver of the 9 both were having some quiet days overall. Both snuck in out of nowhere towards the end, and I mean, definitely going to be a race to remember for sure for you, hands down, don't you think?
Oh yeah, so my truck was really good once I could actually get my entry down. I was running a little different than those guys, and I was able to drive through 1 and 2 really fast. So it took a while for me to be able to clear on that restart and be able to do that. And I've, of course, like 2 or 3 to go is when I was finally able to. I was catching up to those guys when they were battling 3 wide. And I had that huge run coming up on the white flag, so I saw it all happening right in front of me at speed. I was coming, and luckily they all washed up towards the top of the track, and I was able to just hit my entry on the bottom, and we will take a third place finish. Thank you.
It's like they say, Tyler, it doesn't matter where you start, it matters where you finish there. Is there anyone you want to thank there before we head on off?
Yeah, I want to thank Butt Kicker, Dream Sim Racing, Chris's Sports Cars coming on for the team this season. I got to thank DWR and all my teammates. Unfortunately, tough one for pretty much the rest of the team there, especially since Colin was one of the leaders. But we'll see what happens with that and the points. I want to thank you guys for calling the race, and everyone here at Area Rod Racing for putting on a pretty competitive league. And I look forward to next week.
Thank you so much there, Tyler. Congratulations on the good finish there.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to finish up here and race recap for tonight. Banquet 180, 3 of Ryan Hart's led 66 laps in the final lap. 4 cautions for 16 laps. Number of drivers 37. Famber was the fastest, 31.289. And then we're going to be moving on. Trying to remember exactly where we're going next.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I remember I think we had talked about it yesterday somewhere, but I don't have.
See, the best answer we could say is we're going to X. That's where we're going.
No, I usually have that up, and I don't have it. Actually, I do. Hold on. We're going to Darlington. I thought we were going to Darlington. Darlington next. So, but I do know we got an off week coming up soon too, because we had an all-star race somewhere in there. We don't have it in here in our medias and all. I'd have to go into double check our area iRacing schedule, and then I will tell you exactly what's going on. Like I said, usually I have this in mind, but yes, next week Darlington, and then the All-Star race will be on the 17th. So I knew that was coming up. I just didn't remember if it was Darlington, then they're All-Star, or vice versa. So throwback week coming up next week. And until then, I'm Harold Darner from One to Go Studios with Dylan Young and Ken Kushwa. We'll see you guys at the next turn.
What an exciting race brought to you by One to Go Studios. Here they come out of turn 4 to the white flag, and it's One to Go. Thank you to all our sponsors, drivers, and viewers. We'll see you at the next turn.